Hey, this is Rich. I'm here with Todd Mcfarlane. We're at the McFarlane Booth. Todd, how you doing today?
Good. Thanks for coming by again.
No,
Good
thank you
to
for
see you every
having
year
us.
here at ToyFair. It's cool.
I know. It's always my favorite stop at ToyFair is always come see you and see what you got cooking up over here. And behind us, just to jump right into it, you got this Mortal Kombat line with this super cool spawn.
Yeah.
Downloadable content spawn.
Yeah. So the obviously Mortal Kombat's been a game that's been going on forever. I really sort of tip my hat to them of how crazy they've made their game.
Oh,
right?
it's insane.
Right, but I'm saying in a good way.
Yeah,
right?
no,
I mean,
it's
it
great.
might horrify most conservative moms, but that's what makes it so good.
Yes.
Right? And so when we were talking to him about Spawn coming into it, I just go, okay, I'm going to give you my parameters. I want somebody who's never heard of Spawn,
Right.
who doesn't know anything about the comic, who doesn't know Todd Mcfarlane, who doesn't care about any of that, will play this character in your game and go, that Prawn or Spam or whatever his name is, I want him to be my guy.
Yeah.
Right? Because he does some cool stuff. Don't worry that it's not compatible or doesn't look like or doesn't do what was in the comic book or the movie or something else. Just make the best Mortal Kombat guy you can that happens to be Spawn. Oh, by the way, if you can integrate some stuff with the chains and the capes and some of his group power, then that's what we do in the comic book anyways. Knock yourself out. And they keep showing me the stuff, and I don't know, there's some pretty cool stuff.
I can't wait for that because Spawn here, he was rumored to be in Mortal Kombat like 3 games ago. They want him in Injustice.
2 games ago, 1 game ago.
He's appeared in Soul Calibur as a downloadable character. He's great. I mean, he's definitely like a great fighting game character.
Oh, yeah.
You know, great design, the use of the cape. I think in Soul Calibur he had the axe. This one he's got the sword, which is insane. I mean, just a great character all around.
A lot.
There's a lot.
Next month we go and do the final combat, they call it, where they bring in all the top players and they're gonna unveil Spawn and some of his moves.
The fatalities and the brutalities, the X-ray moves and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's just crazy.
See,
it's crazy.
For me as a kid, like I'm excited to do Spawn against like a Terminator who's in the game.
Oh
too.
yeah, right.
So you got Arnold versus Spawn.
Yeah.
You got all these other characters. You jump in. Joker's in there. Batman Who Laughs. So.
And the thing is,
with
even with the weapons and his costume, his armor, and some of the customizable, I just go, hey guys, who cares if you haven't seen it in a comic book?
Yeah.
If it's something that would look good that you think that one of your game players would want to play with, then do it, right?
Yeah.
And I think at the beginning they were a little conservative, going, Todd's just punking us. He's not really. And then now they're seeing it like, shoot, like I said, the only charisma I will have is if you're not pushing it far enough.
Right.
That's going to be like, it's not crazy, it's not insane enough, right?
Yeah,
You got an
exactly.
insane game. I want my insanity in my character.
That's what's great about Spawn. He's a rated R character. He can be in
and
here
he's
and
not
do
owned by a
his
big corporation. I'm like,
You get the final say on all that.
Knock it out, right?
Yeah.
So I got out of the way, assumed, just like when people ask me to do stuff, you want me to make toys? Get out of the way, I'll crush it. And if you start holding me back, I think you get less of a result.
Exactly.
And what I was doing was saying, come on, you guys are young, you're energetic, and you're damn good artists. Go.
Yeah.
Right? And
The less restraint, the better.
Oh, they came up with stuff that I go, oh my God, I wish I invented that, right? So they've invented some cool stuff that I hope to get into the toys and stuff.
Oh yeah, I can't wait. We're gonna get to some of those, but the Mortal Kombat line we got Spawn, he's great. Doom Guy.
Yep.
He's super cool, like for the new game coming out and all that stuff.
Look at any. Okay, it's not. Here's my criteria with any toy.
Right.
You know, obviously we want the brands, and we want the brands to be strong. Okay, cool. But chunky plastic toys with a lot of detail,
You get the value.
You can sell the. I have never made a big fat chunky detail toy in 30 years that did not sell.
Right.
Right. I've made little skinny wimpy guys that didn't have a lot of detail that wouldn't sell. but not plastic. Like when you pick up packaging and you go, there's a lot of value in that package,
Because
right?
20 bucks, basically MSRP here. You're getting a lot of figure here for that. You know, like there's some figures you're spending 30, and you're getting tiny little things. But yeah, but this is something that's like.
And then
this
so
is-
you have some fun with going to
Sub-Zero and all that.
Right,
Yeah, he's
a little bit
cool.
of visibility. Come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
accessories are great.
Just stuff. Big fat plastic. I like
Yeah.
it. Like even this right here. This is fun because you get the little toy.
He's got his own little action figure.
and he's articulated.
That's amazing.
Right, so you go. He got the articulated figure. The articulated figure is playing with his articulated figures.
Mm-hmm.
It's goofy. It's goofy fun.
Rocket with this brain right here on the
Yeah,
on the sword.
right. It comes off. Yeah.
Oh, it comes off too.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Oh, that's fantastic.
You know, so in case you don't want the
You don't
brain,
want the brain on the.
but if you do want the brain, easy to put on. Accessory. Boom, done.
Now let's move over to DC over here.
Okay.
So DC.
Yep.
Now this was very exciting. Everybody was all over this. You know, it was when you announced you got the DC license, everyone was going nuts. To build a Batmobile, which I think was brilliant to do a 3-figure instead of a
Right,
6.
Six is. I
Six
think
is too much.
6 is asking.
I'm getting
too,
2 figures I don't want.
Six is asking. By the time you get to figure 4 and 5,
Mm-hmm.
I mean 5 and 6, they're usually not figures you care about too much.
Yes.
And then you got to then build the 7th. Who's like, if I didn't care about 5 and 6, why do I care about 7?
Right.
So why wouldn't you do it in 3 or 4, and so that it's still a character you would have normally done before, right? But
And doing a Batmobile is very unique. Like that's very.
Right, so
it's solid
it's
too.
It's 3 pieces.
Yeah.
So you get a left, you get a right, and then you get a
the middle.
centerpiece, and you snap it, and you can see how hard it was. Once you snap these, the friction's pretty tight.
Yeah.
You can even hear the pop. Right.
Yeah,
There's
that's
the
not
snap.
getting loose.
That's not getting loose. It all rolls, and you got the car. But we can't do any more vehicles.
Can't do any more vehicles.
I was going to do like a whole slew of them, but they're saying I can't.
Oh man.
Can't do, because I
Get
wanted,
that Batmobile then.
I wanted to have all the Batmobiles, but
Right.
so the next thing we're going to do is go into a little bit more classic. We're going to go into Build-A-Figure. I mean, one of the reasons I did this because everybody does a Build-A-Figure. So
The
let's do
Batmobile's
something
unique.
And there's like about 100 different
Yeah, you
Batmobile
could keep
designs.
doing Batmobiles
we
all
could do
day.
this for a decade.
Yeah,
and it would be
exactly.
super cool, like all these sort of Batmobiles up here. But so the next build is going to be 4 figures,
Okay.
and then you're going to get your 5th, right? And it'll be a big, fat, meaningful, beefy figure that will matter.
Can you tell us what it is?
No, because they just signed off on it. So,
all right.
but again, it'd be a toy that's that scale,
Right.
You know, and again, you know, these are doing extremely well for us.
These are amazing. This Hellbat though is
Right, because look at them.
So much figure.
The only thing I wish is I had a bigger box so you could see what you were getting for your value.
The wings
right?
out and
With it-
stuff like
right.
that in the box.
Did I make this figure because there's a bunch of people that know this comic book? Of course, look, I even got the articulated.
Yeah.
Of course not, right? I made this figure because that guy in the package looks like a cool toy. And
he takes up the whole window of the box. He's great.
So if I'm 8 years old, I'm going, Mom, I like Batman. There's a cool Batman. And if I'm a geek, I go, wow, there's a figure that nobody's ever made before.
Right.
Instead of doing the same ones that we've seen over and over. So what I'm hoping for, and we're getting good data. We're getting good data.
the wings come out.
The wing.
The wings fold too, and we
Well-
did a review on this. The wings fold
well-
and it makes a Batman logo.
They have to because
Yeah.
they got to get it in the package.
Yeah.
So this is out of necessity. You give them the articulation because it's the only way to get into the packaging. But these characters that are obscure, that haven't been in that many pages of the comic book, and that have been drawn by a handful of artists. If people buy these, which they're buying right now,
Oh yeah.
then this to me is the one where I go, like these style.
Yeah. So you have
if
Sean
they'll-
Gordon
if they'll-
Murphy
if
right here.
people-
Look.
if people- yeah, but it's not even that it's
Yeah.
Sean per se, although it's
It's a great look.
It's
Yeah.
great. It's a great.
Great
look.
art style.
What I'm saying is, will they buy something that isn't sort of more what I would call classic?
The traditional stuff,
Traditional
like
one. Everybody's doing the traditional. There's lots of it in the marketplace.
Right.
There's been lots of it over the last decade or two in the marketplace. There's no shortage of that look.
Absolutely.
Right? And Spin Master's doing toys. Let them do it. They do a great job.
But it's still cool to get the McFarlane version of that too, which is great.
It is.
Yeah.
But I go, I can cut loose on this stuff.
Yeah.
Like even and there's thousands and thousands of toys that are in the comic book that look like that.
Right.
That look like that.
Right.
That just are gonna look good on a peg for $20. And you're just going, shoot. Don't know who that guy is, but if he's part of the DC Universe, that's a lot of cash.
Right.
And if they happen to have an S or a bat on their symbol or
on the chest and everything
lightning,
like
then you're going, okay, cool. We'll end up getting that, right? The
video games.
The video game stuff is cool. All right, little Joker, cool. Dun, 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 dun. Got some good animation on him.
He's great, yeah.
Ain't that crazy?
He's got the chattering teeth, which is very cool.
And then here's the other thing too. I just gave some of my people in my office heck. Next round of toys that we can possibly do it. Put him in the package like that.
Yeah.
Stop
Just standing there.
Stop with that, because this guy is just so cool. Like, put him in a pose where he looks cocky.
Right.
Like that in the package is still way cooler. Stop what I call sandwich man, right? Like, come on, guys, we got to start putting them in some kind of pose so they look better in the package, and we can get there, right? She should look cooler than what it is. But anyways, that's what I'm like. If this stuff sells, and that's already selling, and then even this, which again, I don't know the 8-year-old kid, and whether that was because it's a popular character and or because you got the build it, or maybe it's because of the combo.
Right.
Then this is all working. I go, shoot, there are hundreds and hundreds and hundreds that fall in that same category, which means we got years and years and years of toys.
Totally. I mean, it's great because we're covering the cartoons, it's the movies, it's the comics, it's the video games.
And it is, but I'm going to get data on all of it, and all the babies are not going to be created equal.
Sure.
So maybe the animation might not sell as good as this, but then I'm going to be asking them, well, can I make up my own animation look?
Ooh, yeah.
And then let me just go crazy with my animation look, because then what I'm doing is I'm going, what if I do my Azrael animation
in this
look?
style,
or if I do Batman Who Laughs in my crazy animation style.
Yeah, no, that's great.
I think, because now people go, no, I've seen all the Bruce Timm stuff, but I haven't seen these other 1,000 characters in that, not that style, but animation style.
You could go all over. How much input, like when these are being sculpted and stuff, how hands-on are you with this stuff? Like, are you, when you got the DC stuff, are you all
my
over?
sculptors were in New Jersey for 20 years and they did a great job. But I recently moved them to Phoenix. So they are literally, there's me in my office and they're right there. All, like my bullpen is right outside my door. When I walk out my door, my sculpting bullpen is right there.
That's fantastic. I love that.
So I get to go and
Actually, yeah.
You want to take a quick look at the Spawn stuff?
Yeah.
All right, let's take a quick look at the Spawn holder for Spawn right now. You are.
Every issue.
Every issue, just
Every
getting
issue
bigger.
up to, I think 306 goes to press next week.
Yeah,
And
I think
again, I'm
solicits came out
telling
for
my
309.
office, I go, why do we not have the world record holder on every book? Because every book, it's true now.
Yeah.
So we don't sit there and say 301 was a record. Every one is. Let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Yeah, nobody's touching it for a while.
So one of the things we're going to be doing is, I've never done a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I don't know if it worked. I don't know what the response would be. I don't know. I'm just curious as to this sort of lab experiment, right? So we're gonna come out with the details and launch it in about a month from now. But what we're going to do is we're going to start with, this is the very first toy I ever made.
I have that.
This launched.
I love that figure.
This launched my career, right?
Yeah.
And so even the name wasn't even McFarlane Toys, it was Todd Toys until Mattel sued me and said you can't do Todd because it confused it with some Barbie figure.
Oh, jeez.
So what I'm going to do is retro is sort of now chic. So we're going to use some of the same packaging, although I'm going to redraw this.
Oh, awesome.
I'm going to redraw this. We're going to do a slightly different color. You know, as you can see here, the wording is different.
Yep.
And then this is going to get scaled down to this size. So you're going to be able to have basically the modern look with the folding hinged cape.
Sure.
And then the old school hinged cape, and you'll be able to put them side by side going, this is here,
The original, and here's like your newest version.
Yeah,
that's
and
great.
then if people like it, then just like the original series, I'll be able to redo that.
Yeah, do the
for
whole
all
line
of them,
updated.
right? Because
I would totally get an updated of him.
oh, because I make him gnarly. I'll make him big and beefy.
Yep.
Shoot, if they used to think that was detail.
Oh, I can't
I'll
even
crush
imagine
it.
now.
And this one was a 3 out of 10. I'll make this one a 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
We'll kill it all, right? And it'll still be big and chunky. And then
Keep out for that Kickstarter.
and then no. It's going to be more under the Masterworks.
Oh.
So the Masterworks I'm going to try some stuff on Kickstarter.
Sure.
We're going to do our own Masterworks on our own website, and then we're going to do some Masterworks at retail. And
Great.
so it's just going to all be Masterworks, and then I can put in comic books, I can put in exclusive covers, I can do autograph, and so I'm trying to see if I can bring both the world of toys and comics together. At the grocery store, you want paper or plastic.
Yeah.
So I do both. And see if I can sort of use that combo to give something that's slightly unique that's out there going, what? I'll pay $40, $50 just for his autograph, and they're going to throw in an exclusive toy for free, essentially.
That's
right?
great.
So anyways, however they see fit. So that's what the plan is. And then the expansion of that is we can then come back with our 7th figure of Tortured Souls and our 7th figure of Movie Maniac. Because remember we were doing 6. So if you've had it 20 years later, you're going to get a 7th. And then the Twisted Odds, if you bought the 6th, you get a 7th. And if you bought the Dragons, you bought the 6th, you get the 7th.
That's
And
great.
so we're going to go back to some of the old school McFarlane. We talked about this last year to start with, but it's like we're putting it into reality here starting in 30 days, and we'll see how all that works. Yeah.
That's amazing. Well, this has been a brief look through the McFarlane booth with the Todd father right here. So keep checking out. We're going to have more footage of the booth and everything like that. Todd, thanks so much.
Sure.
All right, buddy.
All right, you'll be good.